Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you again for joining me on another Lifestyle Sunday video. I'm going to be showing you 3 delicious bistro style bowls that you can assemble anytime you have leftovers or just if you're in the mood for any of these things. They're all really delicious and I like to think they're somewhat healthy, especially since we're using a lot of fresh ingredients and we're pretty much making everything from scratch. Just keep in mind that a lot of the stuff you can prepare ahead of time and you can prepare large quantities, especially things like quinoa and brown rice. You can make it in batches and then just kind of do a little bit of meal prep and just take it out as you assemble your bowls. And if you like these type of videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another upload. I upload videos like this every Sunday, and then in the week you can come back for beauty and fashion videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the video. I hope you guys like it. So first up is this fresh salmon and arugula bowl. It's got quinoa, fresh mango salsa, bokchoy, and I'm gonna show you how to make it right now. First, we're gonna make the fresh mango salsa, and of course you're gonna need mangoes for this. I really like this particular type of mango because it's really sweet, and that's what you want for this salsa. So to the mangoes, I'm gonna add some lime juice. To that, I add some chopped red onions, and I also added some fresh cilantro. Then I mix it all up, and my secret ingredient is chili powder, and I also add a little bit of salt. And I give it a good mix and I let it sit while I finish the rest of my bowl. You could also just make this salsa and eat it with chips. I love eating it like that all the time. Next, I'm going to show you how to make the crispiest salmon you've ever had in your life. Okay, maybe not ever, but it's pretty good. So my trick is to cook it while it's still frozen with the skin on. I make sure that the pan gets really nice and hot. I put it on medium high, and then I cover the side of the stove with this towel because it may splatter because the oil is really hot and the fish is still frozen. So what I do is I put the skin down on the pan and I don't touch it for a full 10 minutes. You can definitely check on it in case you accidentally put the stove too high so it doesn't burn. And then I just season it with salt and pepper. I keep the seasoning very simple. And after those 10 minutes are up, I will flip it over and you'll see the skin is nice and crispy. And I'll leave it on there for 8 minutes and wait for it to get crispy. And then I turn it on each side for 1 minute. And this is going to lock in all of those juices, but it's going to be really crispy on the outside, and you can leave it on the stove longer because it's frozen. Once it's done cooking, I turn the stove off and then just leave it on the pan. It's going to continue to crisp up while you get the rest of your bowl prepared. And the next thing we're going to do is prepare the salad dressing for the arugula. It's a very simple dressing. This is my go-to and I use it for pretty much any salad. I mix 1 part vinegar, and then I add just about half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and I add 2 parts of olive oil. And then I start assembling my bowl. So now I'm going to toss the arugula in that dressing and make sure it just gets really nicely coated. I love quinoa, so I wanted to add just a little bit of quinoa, and I use this one that's already made. I get it from Costco. It's really good and it saves me a lot of time. Then I also add some sort of veggie. This time I'm using bokchoy because I love the way that it tastes with the mangoes and the salmon. It's so good. So all I do is just cut it up and I saute it with a little bit of sea salt and also some white pepper. This is going to make it taste so good, you guys. And then I also recently discovered these sweetie drop peppers at a restaurant that I went to recently. They are Peruvian peppers and they taste unlike anything I've ever tasted before. They are so good. They're a little bit sweet, and they're not spicy, but they add a ton of flavor to your food. So then I also add my mango salsa. It's been sitting long enough and all of those flavors were really able to come together. And I just top it off with my crispy salmon and a couple of lemon wedges, some cilantro, and you have this delicious salmon bowl that is so good and so perfect for the summertime. Up next, we're going to make this pasta dish, and this is going to be the quickest one out of all 3 recipes. It's very good, and I made it with a little bit of a twist. These are actually not regular noodles. They're made out of lentils, and I get these from Costco. I just cook it according to the box, and while that's cooking, I go ahead and prepare my sauce, which is actually made with avocados. I don't even do this just because it's healthy, but it's actually really tasty. Like, I crave this sauce. So in a food processor, I mix half an avocado, and then to that I add a little bit of lemon juice. I also add sea salt and some hot chili infused olive oil. If you don't have this olive oil, you can always just use regular olive oil and chili flakes. And then I add about 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of pesto sauce. I continue mixing it. If it's not creamy enough, I'll add more olive oil until I get the consistency that I like. So then I set that aside and I drain my pasta. And while the pasta is still hot, you want to mix the sauce in because it's going to help it to get really, really creamy. And then I top it with some fresh tomatoes and some chicken sausage. But of course, use any kind of protein that you like. I just really wanted something a little spicy, so this hit the spot. The last bowl is a very savory one, and it can still be pretty healthy depending on the ingredients that you use. And I also made it with this cilantro and lime rice that was totally inspired by Chipotle. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to make the rice. You just cook it on the stove according to the instructions, and then once it's done cooking, you mix in cilantro and lime juice. And that's it. And then you just let it sit so it can really absorb all those flavors while you continue prepping everything else. So I sauteed some onions and green peppers on the stove with avocado oil, salt, and pepper until they were nice and charred like this. And then I went ahead and cooked a chicken breast. And the only seasoning that I added to the chicken was season it all. This bowl is so flavorful that you really don't have to do much to the chicken. While the chicken is cooking, we're gonna prepare our homemade guacamole, and this is gonna take the dish over the top. You could totally do this ahead of time, and much like the mango salsa, you can also use this just as a dip with chips. So for this guacamole recipe, it's gonna be a little bit of a twist, of a Southwest twist. You're gonna need avocado, cilantro, tomatoes, lime juice, also some onions, and feta cheese. And to give it that Southwest twist, I added some Tabasco, the Chipotle kind. This one is not quite as spicy as regular Tabasco, and it's got a really smoky flavor to it, and it just takes this guacamole to another level. And then it's time to assemble the bowl. So I add my rice, I also added some black beans, my sauteed vegetables, and you can add some sour cream or Greek yogurt. I prefer Greek yogurt, and then my avocado and my chicken, and enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you decide to give any of these recipes a try, I love it when you guys send me pictures. And as always, I will have all of the ingredients listed down in the info bar. If you missed last Lifestyle Sunday video, it'll be playing on the screen right here or right here somewhere. And I took you guys through my spring cleaning / spring transition of my decor and all of that. So if you want to watch that, you can click on it. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for all of your love and support this far. And I will talk to you guys next time. Mwah. Bye.